The unsung hero is the VA appraisal process, MPR waiver, or minimum property requirement waiver. This is one of those enigmas that most people don't even know about, including loan officers who do and practice VA home loan lending. Here is how it works. When the appraiser goes out to the property, and let's say that they call out some things, some items on the appraisal that need to be fixed, what loan officers should do is assess the appraisal. Maybe those repairs aren't safety related. Maybe they're code related. Appraisers are not code enforcement, okay? If it was up to code at the time the house was built and it's still in working order and doesn't pose a safety hazard, you don't have to change it. Why would they make anybody go through that expense? So our responsibility is to go in and assess that appraisal, look at the repairs and say, maybe this isn't necessary. Because guess what? As much as we like to think that they're not, appraisers are still human, even though we treat them like robots. We can't control what they put on the appraisal. If somebody can do that, please let me know, because we need to bottle that shit up and sell it, okay? But what we can do is educate ourselves to the process. So let's say that they put on something. I'm gonna give you a live example. We had an appraiser in Wichita, Kansas, who wanted an electrical panel replaced because it was no longer up to code. Well, we went in, assessed it, got with the veteran, the buyer's agent, say, hey, look, one, they didn't want to replace it. Two, okay, you don't have to. It's not posing a safety hazard. He just says it's not up to code. So we type up the waiver request, the veteran signs it, we send it into the construction evaluation. 3 days later, they send us a letter back saying, not have to repair this. The only things that have to be repaired are things that pose a safety hazard. So peeling paint is a hard stop. You cannot waive peeling paint. But if we had one that was a crack in the sidewalk, it was able to be waived. Because it wasn't really a safety hazard. It was a crack in the sidewalk. Our job as loan officers, and this is why who you work with matters. Most people would not even assess the appraisal, send it to the buyer's agent, say, you got to fix all these things. Now we're going to piss off the seller. Now we're in this back and forth that doesn't have to be there. Why? Because they didn't understand. So I said this 1,000 times, and I'm going to say it more until people start changing the way they think, because who you work with matters. We are not all the same. We are not all built the same. We shouldn't be treated the same, and you should work with a loan officer and a company who truly understands this. Our team trains on these things. I train my staff to recognize these things because I don't always see them, but they are an extension of me. We all work in tandem. That includes buyer's agents. That includes the teams that we work with. We train them. We have trainings. We have classes. We do all these things. They know that they can call us as a resource because we are that good at what we do. Next time you have a VA appraisal, maybe you'll remember this. Chapter 12, page 52, it's the last paragraph. If you're an agent out there and you have not read chapter 12, you need to go do that. So educate yourself. The veteran wins.